Hello, my name is Sam Bullard, and I wish to inform you on my topic, self-growth. So, today, your world is a product of what you choose. In life, you are faced with many choices, situations, and challenges. The biggest effect that you can have on your life is taking control of it. Growth is something created. It's something made. It's something completely achievable. But focus is what matters, and maintaining that focus is also what matters. But with all good things, dedication and perseverance is needed. You're not defined by your mistakes, but rather what you do from it, where you go from it, and who you become from it. So, this tells me that the limit of your outcomes can be determined through behavioral change, constructive thinking, and positive reflection, all which are key parts to self-growth. So this brings me to my first topic, changes in behavior. So in order to understand, or rather change your behavior, you must first understand that change is a multi-step process. It's not going to be a one-day thing. You're going to have to stick to it and plan on sticking to it for the rest of your life. If you want things done, you have to get them done yourself. Flat out. You cannot rely on people to do things for you, and you cannot rely on anyone else but your own. So, what should you change? Really, you can change anything that's negative, because negative behaviors give you negative results. So, why should you change, might you ask? It's really just a matter of understanding that do you need to be the same person for the rest of your life? Do you want to reach that goal you've always had but never met because you told yourself you couldn't? The bottom line is that growth is never achieved without change. Therefore, no matter the size of the change, the possibilities for growth are limitless. And that brings me to my second topic, which is constructive thinking. As a human being, we all make mistakes. It's inevitable. But as long as you're aware of them, you're fine. Let's put things into perspective. When we make mistakes, what do we always end up doing? We beat ourselves up. I can say it. I beat myself up. We make excuses. Everyone makes excuses. And we sulk. Everyone's get sad sometimes. But why are those things notable? Because they're negative. They're irresponsible and they're sloppy. They'll never help you achieve the goals you desire. By thinking in that way, you are ultimately setting yourself back and setting yourself up for failure. So why should you change those things? Let's take an example. Imagine you and a peer spent years working towards your respective goals, but you're set back. It's nothing important, but you're set back, and you're losing hope that you can achieve your goal. So you eat, breathe, and sleep thinking about this goal. It's everything to you. Something inadvertently sets you back, and you're quick to give up. Think about it. What does giving up tell you? What does that tell those around you? It tells you that you quit, that you weren't doing enough to fix the problem that you had. So that's why you need to think differently, to think constructively, more specifically. So rather than giving up at the first assessment of failure, assess what went wrong. Ask yourself, where could you go from here? What could you do the next time? And what did you learn, most importantly? So that curtails to my next subject, which is going to be positive reflection. We are constantly growing, as we all know. With growth comes mistakes. But how should you see those things you call mistakes? You should look at all those things going on in your life, whether that be negative or positive. How did you address those things? Did you address it positively, negatively, passively, ignorantly? Remember, the way you choose, keyword choose, to react to situations is what ultimately determines the outcome of said situations. For example, someone wrongs you. Obviously, you're going to be upset, but understand that every emotion is temporary, whether that be happiness, sadness, joy, anger, envy, jealousy. It's all temporary. And to that note, you're going to feel bothered. But if you understand that you have a choice to let things affect you, then you have the key to growth. For some, it's going to be hard to understand these emotions. It's necessary to see these things in a positive light, however, because if you can't see things in a positive light, you can't see growth. You may be stuck, but it does get better. Change is positive, and it's possible. However, it's not something you're going to find. It's not something it's not going to be a person, and it's certainly not going to be a thing. It's going to be a self-created idea, and you make your own change. Just how you make your own life. The change you seek isn't something you will find randomly. You're going to have to work for it, fight for it, battle for it, and ultimately, you will create it through your perseverance. You can go from this hurts, this is a setback, everything is ruined, I will amount to nothing. All of those can be changed through a simple perspective change. Changing your reality is what makes the reality change. Changing your perspective and really applying the subjects you need, like changing those things that you said to what you learn from this, where can you go from here, and who did you become from this? What can you do differently next time? All of these are important. However, in conclusion, anything is possible. No matter how cliche that may seem, anything is possible. All it takes is a change of mind, a change of character, a change. Change is the first step to growth, and consequently, the deciding factor in which determines your outcomes. You control your outcomes through the sheer willpower of your own mind. Your actions are what determine your futures. No amount of obstacles can sway you from your goal, as long as you view them as opportunities to grow. Thank you.